Welcome to
Cogs and Frocks,
the podcast by Neon Leo featuring Steve the Barman. Each week we'll bring you a new cock, tail and a new frock from Neon Leo HQ.
Neon Leo is a slow fashion movement offering the very best in dopamine dressing. This podcast is a carefully curated edit of fashion, lifestyle, enthusiasm and entertainment.
Oh yeah, we are a non-stop party shop. All opinions, advice, cocks and frocks featured on our podcast are entirely our own. Enjoy.
So this week's cocktail, the ladies tasked me with a margarita. So I know Mandy doesn't like spicy margaritas. So we're going to do a spicy variant of a marg for abs.
Thank you, Steve.
But my little skill set is putting fun riffs on them. So
love this
we're going to just quickly talk you through this. Your good tequila, a tequila of your choice. But always try and make sure it's 100% agave because they don't give you the hangovers. So proper tequila. We're going for a 50
This is
ml,
where I've gone wrong,
double.
Steve.
Yeah, you don't want any of that rubbish tequila.
Oh my God.
100% agave, that's what you want. Okay?
Didn't know this.
Yeah.
This is where I've been going.
Then you want some freshly squeezed lime juice. Freshly squeezed by my good hands about 2 hours ago. So we've got 25ml of lime juice.
Does that cost more, Steve, when it's squeezed by your good hands?
Yes, it does.
Of
It
course.
does.
like
See,
most
it's the
things in
labour.
life.
And then I go Tommy style. People like, if you know cocktails, there's two types of margaritas. I prefer Tommy's margaritas. They're a little bit sweeter, probably mass market a little bit more. But I'm not going too much. I just want sort of 5ml going in there because I'm going to balance it out. And I've already pre-poured this. This is guava puree. So we're going for guava margaritas. So about 15-20ml of guava puree going in there. And then my final ingredient, I've already made Mandy's there. But my final ingredient
For me, isn't it,
is
this bit?
these little bad boys, spiced stuff. Now you could use fresh chilies, of course you can, but I love using these. These are called Dock Fire bitters, and you just want 10 drops of that chili bitters. Essentially.
Ooh.
There we go.
Good
Right.
I think you might like this. You might
Yeah.
actually
I
suddenly want
probably
the
will.
spicy.
I was
So-
just wanting my own because I'm diva.
Decent amount of ice in there, and then we're going to give it a good old power shake for about 10 seconds or so. Give it a proper There we go. And then in true TV fashion, here's glasses we prepped earlier. Look at
It's
that.
like Blue Peter.
Bit of a spicy rim going on there. So this is got this the right way around. Yeah, this is Mandy's. There we go. This is the non-spicy one.
Oh, I love you.
There
I
we
love
go.
these glasses as well, Steve.
Garnished
Right.
with like little dehydrated lime there.
Oh, it's
And
so
then
beautiful.
this is the spicy one for abs.
Oh,
There we go.
look at that.
Slightly different colour, isn't it?
It
Or
is.
the same?
Oh, I have the same.
It's the lights. It's the neon
It's
lights.
the
in there.
lights.
Yeah,
There
everything
we
looks
go.
pink in here.
And there you go. 2
Oh,
guava
Steve,
margaritas.
love
Non-spicy,
you.
spicy.
Yeah!
Going in
into
for a
those.
sip.
Okay, I'm going
Cheers,
in.
babes.
Cheers,
Let us
darling.
know.
Thanks, Steve.
Well, cock number one.
Lowering the tone already.
Always.
Oh my God, I love it.
Is that good? Oh, we've got straws, didn't we?
So
Straws.
good. Oh, yeah,
Have a
quick
straw.
straw.
Oh God, that is good.
Don't ruin the lippy, guys.
There you go.
Make sure
Oh
you always
my
have a
God,
straw.
That
Good.
is
So
beautiful.
for a non-margarita lover, do we like that, Mandy?
Yes, I
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
Do you
Do
want
you
to
know
try the
what?
spicy just to have a little taste?
Should be
yeah.
massively spicy.
Let's
Yeah.
swap.
Swaps.
I think it's for me. It's
Oh, that's good. My spicy's better.
There we go.
how many claps for stop? I mean, that is a beautiful thing. I do prefer mine non-spicy,
I love mine.
but honestly, what a dream that is.
Thank you, Steve.
Absolutely beautiful, and also the tequila. I think you can tell the good
Yeah.
stuff.
Good tequila.
Zero
Oh,
hangovers tomorrow.
100% agave.
Game changer. Cut to me spewing in a bin.
Is this where we say mistakes? Podcast number 1. Yes! The world according to Neon Leo. Oh my gosh, man, where do we start?
Oh my God, I can't believe we've made this a reality.
We have talked about this probably since we started the business,
We have.
which is, I mean, how long have we? I mean, I feel like we're coming up for 2 years, which is a bit wild.
It'll be 2 years in February, but we're about 18 months in, and honestly, like, I feel so proud of us.
I know, I feel proud of us
I feel
too.
so incredibly proud, and I feel like it's that thing that we met. We have this journey and this story, and flash forward to making a freaking podcast.
I know, how exciting. We kind of want to rewind back, don't we? And we want to do the story of Neon Leo, how we met, how we came up with the idea, how that's grown and progressed into what it is today.
Yes,
and then probably the future as well.
I think we should also just cheers.
Just cheers to us, because sometimes you have a dream and you work hard, and
here's to making it happen.
Yeah.
We watched this lady on Instagram who is a source of inspiration to us, and today she posted something just very simple that said, I think it was something like, bitch, just do it. And I love that.
Yeah.
I love that mentality. And it's like there are a lot of women, especially on Instagram, supporting women and saying, just do it. Jump off that cliff, give it a freaking go.
I think also, like, someone had coined the term, like, it being a sofa idea. So a lot of people have these sofa ideas, right? And they could be really great businesses.
Yeah.
And I do think the stars do need to align for it to come to fruition. But I think we turned our sofa idea into a business.
I think we did. I always think that our sofa idea is a bath idea, because I always think when we were initially talking, we were both in the bath.
Yeah, we were in the bath.
Because it was our downtime from kids and stuff like that, and we would be lying in the bath. And
also, you can lock the door, and no one comes in the bathroom.
Exactly. And I mean, outside of scrolling all of the fashion, all of the oh my God, have you seen this? Have you seen that, babes? Have you seen this jacket on so and so? It was those ideas of, imagine if, it's those ideas that kind of came out of, wouldn't this be great?
And why couldn't it be us?
Exactly.
Should we start at the beginning?
Start at
the very beginning. It's a very good place to start. Okay, so how did we meet?
So it was at school.
It was. We are school mums, aren't we, first and foremost?
Yeah, we are.
Do you know what? I didn't know Mandy, and all I knew, and this says a lot about me, because I do keep an eye on what people wear on the school run. I saw this woman with leopard print, I think, were they Shoe the Bear?
They were Shoe the Bear.
Like trainer boots. And I was like, all I kept seeing when she dashed in, normally late, was these Shoe the Bear boots. And I was like, ooh, I love those. Knew she bought them in blue. And so I sort of knew who you were, but I didn't really know you. But we have a gorgeous friend called Kerry in common.
Yes.
And Kerry set up a weekend away in Norwich with some of her friends who were all from the same school, right? We've all got kids in the same year. So we went to Norwich, didn't we?
We did. We had a fabulous time.
Oh my gosh, we had a great time.
And I think, Kerry is really integral, actually, because Kerry is the sort of people that does connect people. And she is such a loving character, but she put this group of women together that I think otherwise would never normally have always been a clique, not a clique, but like a tribe of women. And we're
all different, aren't we?
Really
and
different.
Even now the group, we've got the group has widened, but actually everyone brings their different jobs, their different focuses. Kerry, when we tend to go away now, makes t-shirts for people, and everybody has something that they bring. Mandy's the voice, I've got the wardrobe, or someone's got the drinks, or someone's got the map, or what have you. And we're all,
someone never knows what's going on.
Yeah, someone's just going with the flow.
Yeah, exactly. That's Zoe. Who incidentally is bossing it as VIP, CEO, amazing woman.
So again, it's just great women coming together. But we did Norwich, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then I felt like we really connected.
We did really
over fashion, over lifestyle stuff. I think you meet people and they come into your space.
Yeah.
I think you came into my space and I was like, I really want to get to know this person better. Yeah, I know.
Just flick my hair.
She's such a diva.
And I think that was it. There was this time, and do you know what? I mean, the fact that I'm a perimenopausal woman, but my memory is utterly shocking.
I'm just doing this because we've got notes on here just in case.
Yes, we have. I mean, it's important to keep it real, guys. Yeah. But it's that thing of, I remember that connection of, she's a freaking great person. Also, she looks brilliant. And I'm loving the enthusiasm. We both had this energy that was driven by lots of different things: family, love of life, but also love of fashion, and wanting to make a difference, because I had previously been doing PR and working for a local brand, doing PR for them, but also being in the shop one day a week. And I think out of that, it's an amazing, amazing shop, but I felt like the fast turnover of fashion was really sitting uneasy. And that was something I'd been thinking anyway for a long, long time. It wasn't the fact that I was working there. It was just that's the industry. And I remember you sort of saying facts to me about what happens when you return things online.
Yeah, like you buy a haul on ASOS and you want to choose one item out of 10 and you order them all. Well, the returns from that order aren't necessarily going back to ASOS. It costs them too much to process those returns.
Yeah.
So the likelihood is they go to landfill because that's a cheaper option. And that is fast fashion consumption. I think also we talked about, you know, us all sharing clothes. Like between Mandy and I at the time and a couple of other friends, we would have had enough clothes to probably wear a different outfit every day for a year.
Yeah.
And it was sort of like, why are we not building a communal wardrobe where we rent, where we share, where we buy things off of people if they've fallen out of love or they don't fit them anymore? We know like body shapes do this over time. And also fashion is cyclical, right?
Yeah.
So fur coats are in. They were in 10 years ago. They had a dip. So everyone's still got those items in their wardrobes, right? That now somebody else might want or it will fit somebody else.
Yeah.
And I also think how you wear them, how you style them has an impact. So I think we sort of had that discussion about, wouldn't it be amazing if we could create this local communal wardrobe where we share clothes, but also where we make women feel good?
Yeah. And actually that seed grew. It really grew. We knew because of our backgrounds, which we'll get onto in a little bit, our backgrounds in PR and marketing were that we knew we needed to have an audience and build a presence. And that was starting the social media page. But also we knew that we had an idea that really had legs. And I think we both really felt it. And I would say that my husband is both of our husbands are incredibly supportive, but my husband is brilliant at always looking from a complete 360 and going, okay, where might this fail?
Yeah, like, have you thought about this, right?
And always asking those questions. And every time he asked one of those, we'd kind of like come back with, well, this, and this.
I think you've also got to have this. We felt really strongly that it would work. And I think that was unwavering. And maybe not fully unwavering. I think we both have moments where we're like, oh, is this the right decision? Are we making the right move? But it's like guttural. Yeah. And I think we both, the benefit of having two people, which obviously not everyone does when they start a business, is that we can bounce those thoughts off each other.
Oh my God.
So if I have a day where I'm saying, oh gosh, you know, we've got to pay X, Y, and Z bills, Mandy will be like, that's fine, because next week we've got this coming in, we've got this coming in, and it's just, it's almost like just having a partner to talk through those things, right?
It really, truly is. And I think, you know, I feel so strongly about doing this with someone that not only you respect and trust, but someone who gets it completely, but also it's sharing the load. Because we do have, between us, we've got 5 children. You've got 3, I've got 2. We have
the juggle is real. Like a later episode is going to be bossing the juggle because we need to talk about how
that whole thing.
A person makes that happen. Because it's not something you can do on your own, is it?
It truly isn't. And I think that thing of knowing that you can do it and knowing that you can share it. So sort of looping back to those moments where we were starting the Instagram page, we then thought, right, well, we need a physical space, because what we're going to do is join our wardrobes together, which we did. Start sourcing pre-loved pieces, start sourcing exceptional pieces. And that word exceptional was really important.
That was like our first keyword. Whatever we do, whether it's rented or pre-loved, it needs to be exceptional. And I think as we've gone along, we've honed that more, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
Like actually, we want each piece to be great and to be a standalone. Like people come into the shop as it is now, like, oh, have you got that in other sizes? It doesn't always work like that for us, because we will source a piece that we can find that's pre-loved, or perhaps it's new, and that's the one we've got, or someone gives it to us. And
we're always searching, aren't we?
Like, oh my God, we spend so long on like eBay and things.
But that brings me joy.
Yeah, no, that's our job.
Like literally, I can't believe that this is our job. But from that point of collecting, and we bought some, you know, rails, some like...
Oh my gosh, we bought hangers, didn't we? Yeah. So we were like physical space, right? And
Didn't have one.
And we were thinking her and By Rotation are successful, but we have never enjoyed the online entity of that.
No.
That you can't try it on from a rental perspective. So you rent something, you do it online, you hope it fits, it arrives, it doesn't always arrive, you try it on. So you part with your money way at the beginning, right? Yeah. And then the dress arrives the day before, hopefully, your event. What if it doesn't fit?
And then it's that panic.
It's panic then. Oh my God, what am I going to do? Then I'm going to consume fast fashion. So that is what then happens.
Yes.
Then you go on ASOS, then you go on Zara, then you go on somewhere else, Net-a-Porter, and you order something next day that's going to come that you hope fits.
Yeah.
So we were like, can we set it up? At the time, I had a spare bedroom. I'm like, let's just try and set it up in my spare bedroom, right?
Beautiful spare bedroom, by the way.
Yeah, it was a beautiful spare bedroom.
Abby's house. When I remember going to it, and Abs is like lifestyle guru. It's beautiful, grammable, so beautiful, like complete opposite.
Just don't open my cupboards. In any house I've ever owned, it's like don't open my cupboards. Yeah.
And I just like, it was beautiful. What period of house was it?
So it was like a Gothic Victorian, like townhouse at the time. We've sold it now. So we did have this space, and it had a beautiful bay window, and we were like, could turn this into basically a massive dressing room, like a walk-in dressing room, right? So clients or customers could come to my house, have a cup of tea, and then have a little try on in the spare bedroom.
First customer,
Claire Rodwell. Claire,
God.
we love you.
We do. We love you.
She worked in fashion, actually, didn't she? I think it was for a print newspaper, as it was, but online and print. And she came and she said she's got, was it a 40th or a 50th? I can't remember. And did we have anything for her? And we did.
It was, do you know what? And she went for the vision. And the vision was strong. You know, we were like, these are the clothes that we're offering you. It's all exceptional. It's dopamine dressing. I mean, we are both wearing actually something that really truly encapsulates Neon Leo. You've got your leopard.
So I've got my leopard Lydia from Queens of Archive. So we stock Queens of Archive to rent as one of our rental partners, don't we? That was a big moment for us. We love the brand. We love everything they create.
They got it, didn't they? We met Sarah, one of the founders, and she just got the idea. And
I
she
think
gave
for us, it's like so important that they're British run and owned brands. The dresses are made by women for women. You know, so they're cut well. The shapes are right. There's enough space in the bum and in the boobs and things. So that's so well what are you wearing, Nan?
I'm wearing the Lily Crass heart dress, but this is like, you know, it's dopamine dressing. It's like that
it's
thing.
Very you.
It is, and I love fashion that allows you to do that. Like, I am definitely the more eccentric of the two of us in style, but that is okay. Like, we both love to have fun, but we work within the realms of what we like and enjoy to wear. But I just think that for me, it's like putting on a dress and feeling like you're playing.
I know.
Like you're having fun, you know.
I think Claire got that though, didn't she? Like way back when. I think she wanted something that stand out. The benefit of renting is that you can choose something that pushes you out of your comfort zone because you're going to give it back. It's not like you need to invest in a suit. And so if you're going to invest £200 in a suit, well, I better buy a black one. If you're saying, well, okay, I'm going to rent something for £35, I think that was 35 or £40 was what the suit cost her to rent way back when. She chose, basically, it was like a zebra print, tiger print suit. So it was like a satin trouser and a satin blazer. I think it was Zara. It wasn't particularly expensive, but she looked amazing.
She looked incredible. And it's since gone. Like, when the rentals come to the end of their life, we sell them on. So there is a sort of finite time to certain pieces. Our archive, and similarly to Queens of Archive, their premise is they release a certain amount of dresses and then they go back into archive and then they'll pull them out again for like later collections. That suit was incredible. It looked amazing on her. And as a first customer, she got it. And then from there, it literally...
Well, I think we did a little like, oh my gosh, we've had our first customer! We fucking smashed it! Woo!
It snowballed. And to really, like, loads of people, I think when we opened the shop were very much like, oh my God, did you think you'd get a shop? We were like, yeah. We knew.
We needed a space. So, like, from my spare room, we went to... The next step was we moved into Just Jim's yoga studio. And I know...
Oh, my God, we love them.
We do love them. And I think I was moving out of that house into rented for a period while I bought another house. So the spare room could be no more.
Yeah.
We really toyed with all the ideas, but we were like, we still need that physical space. We felt really strongly about that. So we did 6 months at Just Jim. It was great fun, wasn't it? Oh my God. Fun. It was like appointment only.
Yeah.
And people came for sales, people came for rentals.
And I think by that point, like, it had really snowballed. People, you know, we were prolific and are prolific on Instagram. There's a lot of content. We show you us, but we also show you the dresses, the outfits, the brand, the idea. Like, I think
they're having fun with clothes.
Exactly.
Like, it should bring you joy.
Yeah, it should. It always should. And I think yesterday we put out a reel that said something about it's a vibe, it's a feeling, and it's, you know, a movement or something like that. It's so part of how we feel. Like, Neon Leo as a brand is not just about dressing you in exceptional clothes. It's about how we make you feel. That's really important.
I think we both want to foster that in all the spaces we've had and as we've built the business. We don't want anyone to feel scared to come into the space. And I think fashion can be quite polarizing. If you don't feel great about yourself, then you feel like, oh God, do I want to go in there and be dressed up and what have you? But I hope, and I think we do foster a safe space for women to come. And I think even at the gym, that was the case.
And also, so many women come in here and say that. And I think even if, we try and stock as many sizes as possible, larger sizes tend to go really quickly because there isn't great stock or great fashion out there for larger ladies. But if someone comes in and we don't have something, we will go above and beyond to source it.
We try because ultimately we want every woman to have that moment where they feel great, right?
Like that beautiful lady that went off to Sorrento and we dressed her, we got her basically a capsule wardrobe for her holiday, and it was her 40th birthday treat. She looked incredible, and I would say that she was probably a larger lady. Let's not
like size 18 or something.
But she looked incredible, and she had that experience, and that's really important. It may not be that when you come in we have something, but we will make it our
we'll try our
mission.
best. For a small independent company, that's something that we feel quite strongly about, don't we? That we want to make women feel great. How did we get the shop, man?
Oh, well.
When did we jump off that cliff?
So I think, it was definitely coming up to a year, and we were like, in fact, probably before that, maybe even after 6 months, we were like, oh my God, this is really taking off, and this has got legs, and this.
We kept saying that, didn't we? Yeah. I think we knew that the Christmas before we left the gym space and took on the shop, we had basically rented every single dress we had. Way before Christmas. So we were like, oh my God, we haven't got enough stock to fulfill demand, first off. And secondly, we need a space where the lighting's better, where we can really put our stamp on it. And I think the gym space, because it was upstairs, there was no natural light. It was quite dark in the winter. It was quite cold in the winter. And we wanted to make sure we had that inviting. Come into our space. World.
And also, we knew we knew we wanted a disco ball and what have you, but a really good friend of ours, Julie Redfern, thank you so much. We love you very much.
We do.
She knows the landlord of the space, and I was working with her on a project, and she said, Mandy, I know you might be thinking about a place. So she took us to see it. And I mean, it was really love at first sight. We I always think when we talk about this gut feeling, it really, really is important, because obviously we need, from a business point of view, to go with our minds and go with, strategy. But when we have been propelled forward, it has always been with our gut. From a fashion perspective of, looking at brands to work with and fashion forward thinking of what's going to be trending.
It was definitely still nerve-wracking though. I don't want to, because I think we, having two of us again really helped, because I think one of us would be like, let's do it. And then the other one would be like, oh God, I feel sick.
Because we did look at a couple of other places.
We did.
And there was one place where we nearly went, and it would have been so wrong. And I think we both knew it.
Because I think sometimes it's not about how much things cost. No. It's about whether it works for the brand. And I think we knew we needed to be in town. This shop itself, for those of you that haven't been in, is beautiful. It's exposed brick, it's beams, it's, when we did eventually take it on, we were here every night painting the walls. What is now our changing room used to be a little workshop bathroom thing. We literally, Ollie ripped out the sink for us. I painted the whole thing one evening. We took up the floor.
My husband made the console.
It's just all these people. When we took it on as well, I think we knew we wanted to use local people to help furnish this place. And so many people gave their time for free, their resource for free, or at least just drop things to help us make it happen.
And also, I feel like we need to, a big nod, I just need to say for my husband, local, because he always laughs at me saying the word local. I feel like we need to talk about our children, because our children, all the way throughout this, we're mummies. And, our husbands are being supportive and brilliant, but our children have just gorged on the idea and love it, especially the girls. We've got 4 girls and 1 boy.
I think it's weird, isn't it? Children love to see what you do for work, right? And so if you work online, if you work in marketing, if you work in PR where everything's computer based, they don't see. Whereas if you are a builder or working construction, they see A to B, right? They see something develop. And I think they came into this space way before we took it on.
Yeah.
And they've seen it go from not ours to ours. They come in here every Saturday. They see women come in. They're very much part of the journey. And I also think we have never, ever tried to shy away from the fact we're parents. Like, it is part of the juggle. They come first.
Always.
And this will come second, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That is I guess, when you become a parent, you become selfless in that way, right? Yeah. You go, actually, I am not the most important thing in my world anymore. No. They are.
Yeah.
And whilst we want to make this happen, and you can do both, ladies and gents, you can do both. It is a juggle.
It is a juggle. And I think that's the thing. We're not going to profess that this is easy. But what it is a joy.
Yeah, we love it.
We do. And it is tiring. But I think the thing is that between us, we are really, really determined.
Yeah.
Quite bloody minded. And we want this to succeed because we
do you know what else we do? We drink quite a lot of wine. We do. Just to see us through.
Although I'm never drinking again after various incidents.
Apart from this lovely cocktail.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Apart from the cocks. We do need to talk about this incredible cocktail.
Cocktail. My spicy marg is one of the best I've ever had.
It really is.
Yeah.
I love mine. The only reason why I'm not drinking it quickly is because I had an incident in Cambridge with one of our really good friends where we were drinking from 11 to about 11 at night. And
we don't do that all the time, can I just say? Like, I'm just going to put that out there.
We're very gym, like we're conscious of looking after ourselves, but my God, like my husband said to me, don't drink too much before I went out. He knew I was going to drink too much. I'm a liability. I don't have the ability to say no. And
I mean, we were on the Negronis at 11 a.m. at Chota's, weren't we?
Basically.
So we kind of it was only going to go one way, guys.
The worst hang.
And also, it was the first
ever.
Saturday we had off together in a long time. So it was like, woo!
Yeah, exactly. So we were excited about that because we love, outside of work, we love our friendship and we love doing stuff together. We love discovering fashion and music and stuff like that. And I think, there are people in your life that will walk into your life and they won't leave. And for goodness sake, why wouldn't they? No. They won't. Bye! Yeah, see you later. But I think it's that thing of you just know that you're going to be connected in a way, and it's a friendship that is, well, it's like that freaking film with Bette Midler, isn't it? I'm going off on a tangent.
Literally, you're too old. I don't even know what you're talking about.
I love that. Well, she sings about a bird and flying. Anyway, I'll come back to it.
Titanic?
No. We were playing when we were prepping this.
And we weren't allowed to talk,
No.
so we were doing what's it called?
Charades.
Charades, thank you, charades.
Charade.
And she was like, film one word, and I was like,
Titanic.
and she was like, oh my God, you got it!
Didn't even get to do that.
No.
That's what I was
So I was
gonna
waiting
do.
for you to sing on it. You couldn't sing, could you?
No, I couldn't.
Wherever.
Anyway.
I've got a question for you.
Yes.
Oh, well, for both of us, actually. What's the best thing about working with, me for you and you for me?
Oh, my God. I think you inspire me. I'm going to not look in your eyes because that'll probably make you
shut up.
cry.
You're like the ice woman. You're not going to cry. When we have women come in and try amazing clothes on in here and we style them, I lose it every time. They make me cry every time. I know when it's the dress, it's like that, say yes to the dress
I'm
thing.
like, woman.
They get me. She is like, I really wish I could cry. I'm going to force out a tear.
I can't.
She
I
can't.
don't even do that. I'm just like.
She actually can't.
I am the factory of joy. I'm like, oh my God, you look amazing. Oh my
She
God.
is, I agree.
But I can't cry. Anyway, you are an inspiration, a daily source of inspiration, and I think you make me a better businesswoman, a better person in terms of. There's so many things that I think we have complementary skills and things like that, but it's just you have brought a thing into my life that we have done that has made me so happy.
Oh, I love that. So people will know that when Mandy goes away, I'm genuinely sad.
Are you?
I actually wear black.
Oh my God.
All the time. So when she goes away, I'm like, she's
like
going on holiday
unicorn.
again. I think I'm going to wear black.
Do it go away.
And most of that is because you bring joy into my life.
Oh.
And I think
cry.
No, she can't cry. She's not. She's only faking. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. Come back for the uncut version for Mandy really trying hard to cry.
What's going to happen if I cry? I feel like I'd never stop.
I mean, I have seen you cry.
I have cried.
Just not about like happy
No.
stuff, I think.
No.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's about
Yes.
sad stuff. Anyway. So
like
I think you bring joy into my life, and I think that there is no way the brand would be as enigmatic and as uplifting and as joyful without you here. Like, I couldn't have done that on my own.
Oh, God.
So I think it works. It just works, doesn't it? The balance works. And that's not to say that we don't disagree. And that's not to say we don't argue about stuff, but we are very good at
I
reconciliation.
think we've argued twice and we are very aligned then.
Yeah, we are. And normally we argue because one of us is tired or one of us is like emotional or home. Like it's just really minor.
It's very minor. And also it's like about the most trivial things. But like even when because we're so focused and driven, we resolve it in minutes.
Yeah, we do.
Like we're never like, oh my
neither of us likes conflict either, do we?
Oh,
so it's like you argue and then you get off the phone or whatever and you're like, oh God, I don't want to argue.
No, we're people pleasers.
Yeah, we are.
And also we like I literally can't cope. But I think that's the thing, like mostly another thing about working together is we are so aligned. And because we do have different style, but when it comes to fashion choices for the business, we are so aligned.
We're going to do our second podcast episode is going to be about like fast fixes for slow fashion. So it's going to be a bit more fashion based.
Yes.
And so I think you'll get to hear a little bit more about things that we like individually and how we work together in terms of fashion and styling. Right, going to end the podcast on 2 questions. One has come from Steve the Barman.
Oh, yes.
Which is, if we weren't going to be called Neon Leo, what would we be called?
Oh God.
I think for me, like grey hippo just wouldn't work. Like it just wouldn't quite have the same vibe.
No.
Like for those of you that don't know, so Neon Leo, we are both Leos.
Yes, we
so
are.
that ultimately is there, but we also love a bit of leopard print, so it's like a little bit of a double entendre.
Yeah.
The neon, just for the dopamine dressing.
Yeah.
We just always had this vision of like a neon sign, a disco ball,
Yeah.
all this amazing sequin fashion.
Yeah.
Ruffles, sequins, glitter, like it really being fashion that brings you joy.
Yeah,
And I feel like the name encapsulates that.
Oh, it completely does. I don't even think there was any other contender, was there?
We just came up with it. We were like, let's just go. I also don't spend too much time thinking about it.
No.
Like sometimes just go.
Like, and also it was very much like, because we had the idea and then things literally started coming from that point and snowballing, this name was always a standout. We did do variations of
It's sometimes a bit of a tongue twister, isn't it? Like people are like, blah, but actually it is what it is now.
Yeah.
It is our brand. It's our baby. It's our 6th child,
It
guys.
is our 6th child, and she's so special.
She's so pretty.
She is so pretty. I was just trying, like all that time, I was trying to think of
like what it would be called. I guess like some sort of dopamine. There's
iceberg and teary.
wet iceberg. Basically, there is no other name.
Frozen. No, there isn't.
I mean, you don't even get Botox. You're doing all right.
I know.
For a frozen woman.
I know, exactly. For someone who's dead inside and had no Botox, apart from I have actually had it in my ass. Fixed official.
Oh my God.
You get that one for free.
That is literally that. Yeah,
You
that's
got that
a
one for
really
free.
big secret she's just said.
I know.
So we have a WhatsApp group called the Buttocks group because Maddie had Botox in her buttocks.
I had Botox.
I mean, it was in her asshole, but
yeah,
fine.
it was post birth. But
Fix that shit.
at least I know.
Literally.
At least I know that my body's good with Botox. So when I do want it, I mean, I do think that, and I said to someone the other day that these I've worked hard for. I have worked hard for these. I have every line. But I do
love to laugh,
have,
don't you?
Oh God, I love to laugh. But I do have good genetics, guys. I do actually have good genetics. That's
But also,
nanoflow.
you look great. Like, each to their own is very much our vibe.
I mean,
it?
I am getting my teeth done, guys.
It's like, if you want to do that, do it. If you don't, don't.
Yeah.
She wanted her teeth done, guys.
Yeah.
And here we are.
And you know what? Apart from a couple of fluff words and occasionally spitting at abs, sorry,
It's okay.
we're golden. What's the second question?
The second question is, can you describe Neon Leo in 3 words?
Can you do it first, please?
Brings me joy.
Oh.
But I think as a brand,
Yeah.
I think it's a communal dopamine explosion.
I actually think you've nailed it. I don't think I could better that.
I mean, I think pretty much that's the end of the podcast.
It is wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to our first episode. Episode 2 will be coming soon.
Yeah. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our fabulous podcast and follow us on social media on Instagram, TikTok and Facebook at This Is Neon Leo.